Hi everybody, it's Jules by Jude here. Today I want to talk about this attempt at a necklace. And I say attempt because what I want to do is point out all of my mistakes. And while it does look good to some degree in other aspects, it has some major issues. And I decided that rather than just putting it by the wayside, that I would try to point out to you some of the major mistakes and why you just can't let them go. Just say, oh well, heck it, we can handle it. So, all right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. This was a cane, obviously, that I had made. It came out well. It was a little dry. Now, this is another cane that I'll be working with, but this is exactly the same way, was made the same way as the cane was that you're looking at. I just don't have any more cane of that left, okay? And I will be using this, and this is actually, these are the ends of that purple cane you just saw here. Okay, that's one pendant. I think I have another one. And here are some of the beads that came from the ends of that cane, purple cane. So nothing has been technically made just by this cane. It was just the ends that I cut off, and I didn't want to waste it. They were pretty. So, all right, look. Let me get a pointer here so that I can point out to you some of the major issues that may not be evident to first looking at the necklace, okay? This here, right here, is a break, and it's a bubble from the drilling of the hole that you see this jump ring through, okay? I do not know how to currently fix that. I hope that you can see that pretty good. And it's a shame because I was really enjoyed this pendant. But I'm not sure that even if there were a fix, if I would do it. But I did like this. To me, it came out well. This was my first attempt at a bail made out of polymer clay. And this jump ring is a little too big, but it doesn't matter anymore. That would have been an easy fix. I could have easily just changed that, okay? So with the actual pendant itself, to start with, is this little round bubble, I'm going to call it. So when the hole was drilled, the resin lifted off of the clay. Not sure exactly why that is, but this pendant is a little softer, and we'll discuss that once I turn it around and you can see the mistakes on the back, okay? Now, these pieces came out really cool looking, but they have a mechanical defect, we can call it that, and that is because the clay was dry. And if you look really closely, you can see up here especially how crackly it looks. So if you turn it over, you might be able to see a little bit better as well. Hopefully you can see that with this camera. But it is cracked right there. And I did get a hole through the side, especially on this piece here. I didn't put it on here because it would have made it look uneven, and I don't know why I even care about that at this point. But one thing that happened here while I was reconstructing it to show you the mistakes on the beading wire is that it did crack right where the hole was, and so now there's no hole. If I wanted to, I could probably, no, I didn't even think I could do that, drill another hole, okay? So these pieces here are actually the same problem, every one of them almost. Enough of them that maybe I could salvage one or two, but they have some cracks, serious cracks from the clay being too dry and or not conditioned enough and so on. All of the typical reasons why that might happen. Now, some of that I could see before I baked them, and I baked them anyway. So that's a lesson learned. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Okay? Now, these beads, these gold beads here, they didn't come out too bad. I'm just not sure I like the color, and it's not Kato, it was Primo. These beads here. Just I'm on the fence about whether or not I'm going to keep those or not. I don't know. Probably going to keep them because you never do know. I mean, I don't see any serious defects in those, but I can tell you this. Let me see if I have any left over here for you. Okay, these here were not pre-drilled, okay? And I'm not positive if they were not baked enough, but they feel pretty baked pretty well. But when I went to drill, and I really took my time, each one of them cracked. Now this clay, this gold clay, does have a mica in it, and there is either something wrong with the baking time. I may try again and just see, maybe it was just too soon and I didn't let them cure long enough. But at any rate, they broke apart, and so the others had to be remade, okay? So now, currently you have seen most of the defects in this necklace. And these cannot be used. I'm almost 100% sure of everyone. So the cane is gone. No use in trying to make it again. Very discouraging is the pendant. Okay. So let me shut this off for 1 second, and I'm going to flip this around. Okay. Now I removed the beading wire. And if you look closely here, you will see the other defects. Most of the mica came off. That's fixable. Could have done a number of things to that to change that. It's lopsided when it was sanded. Okay. Also fixable because the back does not have any resin on it. It has a shine to it because of the I don't know. Wait, maybe I'd put resin Renaissance wax on that or not. But at any rate, there's definitely some of the crackage, and I don't know if you can see it with the black. Let's see if I can get close enough to it. But it cracked. Okay, right here. So what I have to say about this is, if this all happened before I put resin on it, it would have been a better fix. And then more resin, more, I don't know. I might try to fix the pendant. I'll have to think on it because I did like it. Nothing happened to the bail, and that was the first time I did the bail. To the best of my knowledge, there's no major cracks, if any at all. It's a little large, maybe for the pendant. I probably would have went, a little smaller, size-wise, design-wise. But I can keep this. That's no problem. And we already discussed this. This is too big. This would have been too big. But it was so thin it would fit through that hole. And that's not what made that hole. The pin drill made that bubble. Not my jump ring, just so you know. So really, I just wanted to talk a little bit. I've been very busy. We have a storm coming in. I live in Florida, so we're not hurt, and we're on the west side of the state. All things good. All prayers going out to everybody on the East Coast. But we still have quite the preparation here. Whenever a hurricane is in the area, we always prepare for the worst. We've lived here for about 25 years. And I don't want to say we're used to it, because I don't think you get kind of used to something like that. But at any rate, I've been pretty busy doing lots of other things as well. So this is one of the pendants that I'm going to be working with, and this is the cane. So I'm going to do something like what you saw here, okay? But I wanted you to see all my mistakes, because I thought to myself, you know, I did work a while on some of this stuff, and it was a bit discouraging, especially the pendant. And like I said, I still may try to fix it. And I'm not really sure I like this match up with the bale, but all things considered, it would have turned out to be a half decent necklace for sure had all the bells and whistles been working for me there. But it's okay. And I would imagine that a lot of women out there, and men, and men, because I do teach men too, and I know there's a lot of men out there in the jewelry field and the jewelry designing, but I think they'll all agree with, you know, no matter how good you are, you're going to have these kinds of things work out this way. And I wanted everyone who does this, either for a craft or to sell or whatever, presents and gifts and themselves, whatever the case might be, to know that you're not alone when this does happen. And if this doesn't happen, then you're like a genius, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to come back with another video, hopefully, on the purple and the white, because it's beautiful, equally as beautiful as what this baby would have been like. And hopefully I'll have a successful one for you, and hopefully you learned something. And you know what else? If there's anybody out there that could add to what I have just said, please leave it in the comments for me and anybody else that watches my videos, because in my opinion, we're all learning all the time, and all levels learn. You know, I expect, you know, I'm on an intermediate level, someone might be on a beginning level, somebody might be on a professional level. And you know what? If you're not prepared to answer all the questions, if you're a professional, then I'm not sure, you know, that's someone that needs to be watched, because you have to be prepared for all the new people who admire your work and want to know more about it. And redirecting them would be probably the best thing if you don't have time for them. But at any rate, I have time enough to try to help people. And like I said, I'm still learning. I plan to be learning till the day I die. And I love it. I love doing this. And if I can help, I will help. If I don't, I'll find someone who can. And that's about it in a nutshell, I would say. You guys, if you're watching this, you probably love this stuff as much as I do. It's very soothing, and it's satisfying, you know, in all respects. So, like I said, anybody that can help with any of these issues, please leave those comments at the bottom. And this is what Renaissance wax looks like, and Rio Grande sells this, so don't forget about that. Anyhow, I'm going to go now, and God bless you. It's Jewels by Jude. If you like this video, press like, share it, and subscribe. I'll appreciate it. Thank you.